Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is Cheetahs versus Pumas tomorrow in the Currie Cup, and a chance for the Pumas, if they can get a victory, to actually go to the top of the Currie Cup log. And nobody would have really thought about that, but they have actually been really, really good at the Pumas. You know, beat the Lions by a bonus point. They beat the Greekers. They've been very, very competitive, and I think that they can really actually go after the Cheetah side, which, you know, amongst injuries and a lot of players, I think they've got about 8 or 9 players who are currently isolating. So COVID-19 not doing the Cheetahs any favors, who are, you know, struggling to sort of make an impact so far in the tournament. They've already had to cancel a game. They got beaten by a bonus point against the Greekers. So it's really not a good start for the Cheetahs. They're almost pretty much dead in the water if they can't get a victory tomorrow. Before we look at the teams themselves, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. And there's a little bit of sort of a couple of rumors that the Pumas actually might be playing the British and Irish Lions this weekend. That has now been put to bed. The British and Irish Lions will be up against the Sharks once again. But Jimmy Stoner said that, you know, he'd love to play the British and Irish Lions, and they would certainly be available if the opportunity arose. But, you know, they said that nothing's been confirmed now. So I don't know if there's talks of maybe, you know, if there's issues with the Western Province game, for example, the Stormers game, whether there might be an opportunity for the Pumas to play. It's all very fluid at the moment, is the situation with the British and Irish Lions tour. But tomorrow, Bloemfontein, 4 o'clock kickoff, we will see the Cheetahs taking on the Pumas. The referee tomorrow is Ben Kraus and... the referee is Wengile Jadazweni, and Ben Kraus is the TMO. They'll be assisted by Darren Colby and Philip Kotzer. In terms of the Cheetahs, and we'll look at their side first, but before that, the players that are not available, injured players, are Open Mohoje, Chris Smith, Craig Barry, Andisa Nsile, Marcel Muller, Tian Mabe, and George CURRIE. So already quite a few players that are unavailable through injury. And then the following players are currently in isolation and are not available for selection: Aronis Kutsia, Cameron Dawson, Chris Bassane, David Brits, Ivali Boshoff, Harden Nisi, Janis Venter, Rainer Fortain, and Wilma Arnoldi. So it's very much a depleted Cheetah side. But there's still a couple of big names that are back for them. And it's still not the worst possible side you've ever seen. You know, far fewer debutants than there were in the game against the Greekers. Just 3 debutants for 3 players would make it their Currie Cup player debuts for the Cheetahs. The starting lineup, and just 1 off the bench. And the addition of a very good player on the bench as well, which will boost the loose trio of the Cheetahs looking much more solid. But if we're looking at the side, this is what we've got tomorrow. So, Alulutu Takweni will get a start at loose set. He's partnered by Mons van der Merwe and Henkes van Wyk in a new front row for the Cheetahs. They came off the bench in that last game. Then Renier Bernardo and Jean Drosti will be the 2 locks. Jean de Rudolph is back on the side, and we'll start in the number 6 jumper, which will be quite interesting. Jacques Porkit in the number 7, Aiden Davis in the number 8. So it's a pretty good loose trio, and they're up against a very good loose trio. We'll go through the Puma side after this. Ruan Pino will captain the side number 9. Brandon Thompson will make his Currie Cup debut for the Cheetahs tomorrow next to his captain. The 2 wings will be Cohen Jasper and Duncan Sol. Duncan Sol, a very experienced player. The 2 centers will be Sia Masuku and Leslie Buerta. Both Buerta and Masuku are both on Currie Cup debut for the Cheetahs tomorrow. And then Clayton Blommetjies, the ever-present Clayton Blommetjies, will be a nightmare to contend for the Pumas on the counter-attack if they kick the ball over. Then off the bench, Luis van Vestes and Skalk Ferreira Conrad from Fury will cover the front row. Victor Sekete and Junior Pokamela is back and available. Pokamela is a very, very nice player, so really good to see him coming off the bench. They've got very good loose forwards with the Cheetahs. I mean, if they can get Open Mohoje and Andisa Nsila back, as well as, you know, George CURRIE, the SN20, they've got a lot of options in that loose trio. And then the other players on the bench are Mahlali Mosi, Varsity Shield star, Zinedine Boyson, and Malcolm Yar. Very experienced is Malcolm Yar. For the Pumas, quite a lot of continuity with Jimmy Stonehouse. And I'll tell you what, this side is full of confidence, and they reckon they'll be giving the Cheetahs another go tomorrow. The front row of DL Maritz, Simon Vestrad, Ege Prinsloo comes back in there at tight head. The lock trio will be will be Brandon Valentine and Peter van Vuren. And then a loose trio, Francois Kleinans, Pumzila, Mac Gondwana, and Willie Engelbrecht. Very, very good loose trio. Mac Gondwana and Willie Engelbrecht are very physical players. They bring a lot of tenacity to it. Willie Engelbrecht, somebody who's been part of the lineman camps apparently, so he's definitely very highly rated by the powers to be. The halfback combination tomorrow will be Ginter Smuts and Eddie Fouchier. The 2 wings, Jade Stichling and Tafia Nafua. No Etienne Talyard for this weekend. The centre pairing, Matt Moore got a try last week. His first Currie Cup try. The youngster is partnered with Eric Cornier in the midfield, and Devin Williams, who just seems to be getting better and better for the Pumas, is starting at full back. Very, very good player. Quite a player who can adapt and play in different positions. Very versatile is Devin Williams. Off the bench, HP Van Schuur, Ruan Kramer, and Edwin Swart will cover the front row. Kwanda Demaza, Daniel Martins are your lock and back row replacements. Crystal September is your replacement scrum half. Wayne van der Bank, former Lions player, in the number 22, and Sebastian de Klerk rounds out that 23. So I think that Pumas will go into this match as favourites, but I do think it's a much better Cheetah side than we saw in the first sort of stages of the Currie Cup. We're officially in round 4, although a lot of teams have only played sort of 2 matches. For example, the Lions versus Sharks game now being called off as a result of the Sharks playing against the British Irish Lions. So a lot of teams only sort of playing 2 matches. So the Pumas have now an opportunity to try and actually go to the top of the log and sort of apply a bit of scoreboard pressure in terms of or log pressure is a better word to say. It's funny how just being in there. The motivation that you'll have to be able to sit there every single time, try and pull out a performance and try and stay at the top of the table. They are sitting 1 point behind the Western Province, who went down to the Griquas there should actually be 2 points on the Western Province after they went down to the Griquas on Wednesday. So it really was a massive game that, and given the Pumas the perfect opportunity to try and go and actually make a serious sort of early charge. And you never know. Look, I mean, I don't think that the Griquas will necessarily go all the way for the Currie Cup. Obviously, certain players, when the Springbok squad will be cut, some players will be returning to their unions, stuff like that. I think a lot of these unions getting a lot of players back. But it's going to be a tough time, and a win tomorrow will take Pumas to the top of the log. They're currently sitting on 10 points, 2 points behind the Western Province. Cheetahs are currently sitting on 0 points, so they'll need a bonus point victory just to try and get up to the Sigma Lions, who have played 2-1-1. They're supposed to play a third in the game. It looks like they'll probably actually get a forfeit, to be honest, from the sounds of it. I think it'll be quite harsh on the Lions. Whilst I understand the Sharks are doing SA Rugby a favour, I think that they would have had to have taken a hit. It's not really fair on the Lions, who were ready to play this weekend. Their opponents suddenly aren't available, and now they must sort of share the points or something like that. So they still haven't decided exactly how the points will be allocated. My guess would be it would be a 4-point victory to the Lions, which will actually take them up to 9 points and put them sort of back in the running. The Greek was actually currently sitting in 3rd place after having played 4 games. The best points the Greeks are the only teams who have actually played 4 games. But I think if the Pumas can get themselves up to 14 points tomorrow, suddenly they actually not necessarily winners of the competition, but they actually will maybe be genuine player candidates. And it'll be really, really cool to see a Pumas in a semi-final of the Currie Cup. We've been waiting to see something like one of the smaller teams mount a bit of a challenge. So I'm actually going to Pumas by 10 points tomorrow. I think that they're full of confidence. They're playing very good rugby. I think they can definitely give the Cheetahs a hard time tomorrow. We will be live for the game. Lacani will be with you tomorrow. He'll also be with you for Fiji versus New Zealand on Saturday morning. And then I'll be with you for the Lions versus Sharks 2.0. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon.